Welcome to LT Vegan Living. My name is Gary. Today what we're going to do is make pizza.
Welcome to LT Vegan Living, a whole food, plant-based lifestyle.
Okay, so I bought this kit. It's called Molanaro's Pizza Kit. What we do is open it up. Oh look, it even comes with its own pizza sauce. And they are gigantic pieces. Looks like there's 5 of them. We only need 1. So right now we'll just put this one over here. And that explains why there are 5 bags. So we'll put that over here as well. Okay, now so that the pan doesn't, we're going to end up putting in some parchment paper. Then we'll put this crust back on. We're going to put this tomato sauce on. We're also going to add in some dill pickles and some artichoke hearts that were in water. And just for a little bit of fun, we're going to put a little bit of pineapple. And also we're going to be using vegan cheese. That's another product review that we're going to do in coordination with this one. So this is what this video is about. All right, the first thing we have to do is get the parchment paper. The parchment paper is going to prevent any of the sauces to go onto the pan. That's all it is. I buy my parchment paper at Sam's Club. But there's millions of places to buy it. Okay, then what we're going to do is use their sauce. Tastes pretty good. Let's see what it tastes like. Yeah, it tastes quite good. Then you're going to spread it. Using a spatula. Or in this case, so if you think about it, this is not very much sauce for a large pizza. And I would think that most people would do is they just add more sauce. Okay. All right. So then what we're going to do is, how do you know when a pineapple is ready? You just pull out a leaf. And if it's too tight, one's on the top coming off like this, it's ready. So we're going to have to cut this. We'll put these guys to the side. And we're going to, the next part is really to put the cheese on. So I didn't buy a block cheese. It would have been a lot smarter if I had bought a block cheese. But I'm trying this new type of cheese called a Babybel, plant-based, a good source of calcium and vitamin B12, and I've tasted it, it's delicious. It almost tastes like the real thing, which is amazing by itself, because it's not made with milk. Each of these are waxed, so you gotta pull these off. You know, it's just like little babels. And what we're going to do is just cut up little slices with our scissors so it has a chance to kind of spread around. Oh, the oven has to be at 350 degrees, which is mine is behind me. So we're going to bake it. It's already set at 350, turn it on. Meanwhile, I'll be taking care of these baby babels and then putting the pineapple and the other little goodies on. Just a matter of And let me see, each of these things is 50 calories. So if you're not going to eat the entire pizza, then you can have a couple of these. But if you are going to eat the entire pizza, then you have to consider the amount of calories you want. Because the crust is going to be heavy calories. As a matter of fact, 170 calories per crust. So then if you're thinking 170, another 50, and I'm on my second one, that can go up quite a bit on your calories. But then if it's just for you and you don't eat the entire pizza, if you just eat a little bit of it, then you're not really killing the bank. But you have to realize that, everything has calories in it. We don't really think much about it because we eat mostly plant-based, but I know darn well that bread, as delicious as it is, will put on weight on you. Something I have to fight all the time. I love bread, love making it, but every time I make too much and I eat too much, when I make my own bread, it only lasts a few days, 4 days at the very most. All right, that's all of it, the valves we're going to use. It's probably going to be a very skimpy pizza, only because I don't want to add too many layers of fat into it. Okay, so next is going to be, we'll put away the cheese. Now, if I had a block of plant-based cheese, I would have just shredded over the top. Would have made things a lot easier. This is really on tight. And you get a knife. It's really on tight. Okay, I can feel it move. Okay, there. Now you know it's nice and fresh. I use these in my salads, today in the pizza. And what I do is I take them and I cut them in half so that they lay nice and flat. I don't worry about the extra juices. Kind of lay them all around. And just for fun, since we're talking about calories, 4.5 of these is 25 calories, so almost nothing. Okay, of course, you need to make sure your hands are clean, of course, that's without saying, right? Okay, it's probably enough of that. And these go back in your refrigerator. All right, the next thing we're going to put on is pickles. A new container of those. Same thing. Got this one open. It's really tight. I did that once and I cracked the entire jar. Ah, there. Lost everything. Okay. Now, the calories on this, it's a pickle.
Let's see. There's 29 servings per container, and they're saying 2 pickles. And 2 pickles is
no calories. Okay. So you can get away with putting a lot more of these little guys on. You know. It's got a lot of salt in it though. That's what you have to consider. Maybe it doesn't have very many calories, but it's going to get you with the salt. Okay. Put this away. All right, so now we're going to put this to the side so that I can show you how to take apart the pineapple. Take one of these, and we're basically going to cut the skins right off. Okay. Maybe too small. There. So just cut the head off. Get the head off. Oh, it's perfect color. See? Perfect. And then take the bottom off. And then we just simply start peeling it off. There's wastage. You're gonna have it. We even have to sometimes go back and cut some of the nubs off. I like to have pineapple in my breakfast cereal in the morning. Now, you can spend a lot of money on pineapples, but if you buy them at one of the, like Costco or Sam's Club, you're buying them for maybe $2.50 per the entire pineapple. And I bought this one at Sam's Club. And you can save a lot more money. If you were to buy it at the grocery market, they charge you by the pound. And then you're paying a lot more money. I hate to pay more for something that I can get less. Here in California, we can no longer throw this in our trash. We have to have a special designated area to put in our green waste. Has to be in a plastic bag. Okay. And then we just cut this off. Something I will be doing while I'm cleaning up the kitchen. It's just a matter of cleaning it up. Alright, so I'm going to cut a piece that big. Take the core off. Now I like the core, but it doesn't work very well on a pizza, for example. So then I just put on thin slices, and I'll incorporate them on top of the pizza in a minute. So that noise is just my ice maker, because this morning I got up early and I made a whole bunch of juices for getting ready for my yoga. Alright, so once this cooks, it's not going to be like what you find at a pizza place, but it's a pizza that you were able to make yourself, and you know, it's going to be healthy. This is we just have to wait for the timer to come on, which we're at 287 right now. I might just eat some of this right now. Gotta clean up the sink. Put away all the stuff I have here. Okay, for all the waste. So everything that's a waste is gonna go in this bag. And then I have a trash can, a waste trash can, because we don't really have very much green right now in our backyard, that we're filling up basically with all these bags of food. Then during trash day, which is for us Friday, then, they pick up everything. And that's the end of it. And I try to do my part, you know, keep an environment as clean as possible. Now, someone decided this was a good idea. It's a lot of work, because you know, we have one of these bags, we fill it up, then we bring it outside, and that's the end of it. And sometimes, my wife believes it gets smelly. Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes when the oven is ready, so I can show you how to put it in. The oven is supposed to be at 450 degrees. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn it off, press the bake, and put down bake 450. No, not 0. That's wrong. Bake 4, 5, 0. All right. And then you press start. Okay, then you say place pizza directly in the middle rack, oven rack, and cook 8 to 10 minutes. The pizza is cooked when the cheese, if used, is melted and the crust is golden brown. So we're going to go basically on the crust being golden brown. Carefully remove it from the oven as it is hot. Let it stand 2-3 minutes unless you like to burn your mouth. And then you eat it. It says cook thoroughly until the internal is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not leave pizza unattended while cooking. In other words, you'll burn down your kitchen. All right, so I'm going to continue cleaning up, and I'll see you in a little bit until the oven comes to temperature. Okay, so I was getting ready to throw all the paperwork away, and then I realized I had this giant bag, and that obviously is the reason why to put your leftovers, because you're not going to be cooking all 4 pizzas all together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put all 4 pizzas together, except this one, because I broke that one. And then put these other 3 together in this giant bag. And then this bag will be safe. We'll put it back in the fridge. And I might even freeze some of it. I don't know what to see. Okay, so that takes care of that. It's nice and safe. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the pizza in, because the oven is at 450 degrees. And that takes care of that. And you heard the directions were 8 to 10 minutes, so that's what we're going to do. Clean up a little bit of the kitchen. See you in about 8 minutes. All right. So the new stove has a new alarm system. So we turn that off. And then now it's time to pull it out of the oven. Kind of makes it hard to be able to, before I had the oven on this side, you could really see it. Now it's lower down. 55 plus is that's how they work. All right. So now, ooh, this is really hot. Okay. And while I was at it, I took that broken piece and I thought I'd make something with it. I'm gonna take a look at what we got. And I really think it can go in some more because the pizza is very juicy. So that's what we're gonna do. The cheese melted perfectly. I can see it. Let me show you. You can see a piece of cheese. There it is, right there. And everything looks really ready to eat right now. It's just that the only thing that I'm not happy about is that the sauce, there's just like almost too much sauce. I didn't think there'd be enough, but there's almost too much sauce on it for the thin pizza that I was sort of hoping to cook. So I'm going to put it in there for another 5 minutes. Okay. Meanwhile, I can feed the dogs. They're anxiously waiting for their food. Everybody's got to eat. Ready to set the alarm? Let's see, alarm. Minutes. 5 minutes. It started already. And then we'll see in a few minutes. Okay. So now it's ready to pull it out of the, and then we'll let it cool and we'll eat it. Oh, it's much better. It's not as liquidy as it was before. Now we're going to leave it alone. Turn off the oven. Turn off the timer. On here someplace. And that's it. Then you slice it up and you eat it. So I'll be slicing myself up and showing it to you the final phase in a few minutes. All right, so what I did is I cut in a little slice of pizza, and the pineapple on top. Oh, that's perfect because it imparts the flavor of it. So it's a nice little pizza. Using their sauce and our own creation on top of it. We made what a normal people would use this pizza kit, and we made it vegan. The baby babel cheese, it just melts in your mouth like M&M's, but even better. And it makes a good and delightful meal. I'm gonna have another piece of this and I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you so much for watching us, maintaining us during my vertigo problems. Linda's still sick, I'm still having vertigo, still doing the yoga, trying my best to get this moving and moving forward. Some of you know that I've been putting up my old videos back in. Please thank you for supporting that. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you're going through the trouble of spending some time with me until I get through this. As for me, I'm still taking my Overt, which is the medication that my doctor prescribed. And at night, I take Dramamine to make sure I stay asleep. It's a very strange way. I'm 70 years old now and I run into another problem at 70 on top of everything else. I found out that I'm low in calcium, so now I'm waiting for it to arrive in the mail. New calcium medication, which I will share with you all. It's funny, as we grow older, different parts of our body give up. And I haven't been doing the normal amount of exercises that I normally do, like the pounding in the garden and everything else. I've been more sedentary and I've been a lot working on just the yoga. And I thought the yoga would have been strong enough for me to build my bones on. It looks like I'm gonna be doing weightlifting from now on. Lucky for me, I have a gym that's in part of this unit that I've purchased. So now I've got to find a system to follow. There's always something, and then I'm sure that you all know that. Anyway, like I said before, thank you for watching us, and thank you for listening to my update. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye now. Ooh, we're meeting this piece right here.